Hi folks, it's Mike, and it's Saturday morning. I've done a little painting here, so I have the door open, so it's freezing in here. I'm wearing my jacket. Anyway, I'm going to talk about something very serious going on in the world, and that is what's going on in Ukraine. Ukraine is a sovereign nation which has been attacked. It's been part of it taken over and annexed by Russia. And of course, and that being the Crimean Peninsula. And I wanted to maybe, for one thing, illustrate for you the Crimean Peninsula. It is a large place. It's not this little spot. If you look at a map of the Black Sea, and you notice that notch out of the top, well, that's Crimea. That's the Crimean Peninsula. Many, hundreds of thousands of people live there. The cities of Sevastopol and Simferopol are there. And they've taken this over, okay? And Ukraine still says this is our land. Crimea is our territory. It's primarily Russian-speaking people who were, I think, bullied into a referendum vote to rejoin Russia. I don't think most people there actually wanted to be a part of Russia, but since the referendum vote had only one thing on the ballot, shall we join? Yes. And literally that's what it was. Stories I've heard is that they didn't have the chance to say no. Not much of a referendum vote, if you ask me. It's more of a referendum order. Anyway, Russia has taken over that, and they've got 40,000 troops on the border, although more accurate estimates are probably around 80,000 troops. I have a friend who was there who now she lives in Los Angeles with her daughter, and she has friends in the media. She has a brother who is a director of a television station there, and she says that even the Ukraine estimate is about 80,000 troops, although they don't really know, and the United States has all this intelligence that they're not actually giving Ukraine. The United States knows a ton of things they're not telling the Ukrainians. It's unbelievable. But anyway, let's go with 40,000. There's 40,000 troops on the eastern border. Now, you know that there's something serious going on, not because there's 40,000 troops there, not because they've got, tanks and artillery and different types of like support things going on. No, you know this is serious because they've got medical hospitals there, mobile surgical hospitals. They are expecting casualties. They're expecting to take war casualties. That's how you know this is serious. When they bring the medical tents, when they bring the mobile hospitals, the medical trucks, then you know it's serious. Until that time, they're just having war games. But now they've set up mobile hospitals. They're all set up. There are pictures that were posted by the Supreme Commander of the NATO forces, who's an American, a Marine general, I think. I think he's an Air Force general, actually. Supreme Commander of the NATO forces there. They have pictures. They have satellite views. Medical surgical hospitals already set up. That's how you know that the Russians are playing for real here. Okay? What I hear in the media is, well, they're menacing eastern Ukraine. They're menacing southern Ukraine. You know what? Ukraine is one country. There's no such thing as eastern Ukraine, southern Ukraine. It's Ukraine. Even the Crimean Peninsula, what they call the Crimea, Ukraine claims it. There's no such thing, by the way, as the Ukraine. It's simply Ukraine. And why does this matter to the United States? Well, it matters plenty. Ukraine is one of our most vital Eastern European allies. They are the largest Slavic nation in the world. There are, I think, 49 million people live there? Double the population of Iran. Okay? They are an ancient culture. Their culture is 1,000 years old. Yes, they are tied at the hip with Russia in that way. The two cultures have kind of developed over the 1,000 years. And they are a very feisty bunch. They're like the United States. It looks like they're a little bit weak with their military right now because their leadership is whatever, but Ukraine has survived many, many invasions from many, many places. Napoleon and the Soviets, and in the ancient days, I mean, you know, the not the Mongols, who are the Tartars, and just all these people coming off the steppes. I think it was the Mongols at some point, and they fought them because the Ukrainians will dig in and they will fight. If all they got is forks and knives, they will fight. They're like the United States in that way. They're very much like Americans. They're very heroic. They will fight like a badger. The Ukrainians will. But on the other hand, it's a very militarily strategic location for the United States. As far as allies go, they're very militarily strategic. They're kind of the doorway into that part of the world for Westerners, for NATO. NATO is very concerned. The United States has, we're still installing the nuclear shield in Romania and Poland. Okay. Meanwhile, Russia is moving their ballistic missiles all over the place. This is a very, very hot situation that the media is not really doing that good a job of presenting, except for the fact that for some reason they've made us out America as heroes because we dropped them in 300,000 MREs, which is those portable military meals. They call it meals, ready to eat. So it's just stupid. We're giving no other help. We're not giving financial assistance. We're not giving military assistance. We're not putting boots on the ground whatsoever, which right now I don't think we need to. But we're also not giving them intelligence about what's going on their own borders. Yet, Obama has stated, well, we're going to fire off an angry email if it gets any worse. And Kerry is over there saying, we're going to fire off another angry email. We're going to, we're having meetings. We're having these, we're putting stern looks on our faces, and we're fighting hard to fight hard. And it's showing Putin that we are absolutely weak. That the President of the United States is absolutely impotent. And that the United States forgets our allies. We're showing Ukraine that we have forgotten our allies. Who stepped up? One of the first, not the first, but one of the first countries who stepped up during Desert Storm. It was Ukraine. Just like with Operation Iraqi Freedom and Enduring Freedom, which is Afghanistan, Ukraine has also provided a lot of support, a lot of backup. Ukraine has not backed away from the United States, but we are backing away from Ukraine. We're not even giving them information. And the rationale that I heard from one of the Pentagon guys was, well, if we do that, we're going to create a panic, and it will be an impetus for them to do. You know what? That's just like saying we're not going to tell about the UFO because the people will panic. And the only people who are responsible enough to know information is the United States government, apparently. Well, we're showing our allies that we do not support our allies, and we're showing Putin, Medvedev, Lavrov, all these people, we're showing them that we're weak. John Kerry goes over there, injects himself in it the way Hillary Clinton never would have, which I'll give it to him for that. I mean, at least he's putting himself in there. He's showing his face. But the thing is, they're laughing. Because they know that in this way, the United States is going to be weak. We're not giving military advice. We're not giving military aid of any kind. Financial aid of any, $1 billion to help pay their gas bill. And see, that's what Putin is doing. He has doubled and tripled the price of natural gas and oil and petroleum products going into Ukraine. It'll take Ukraine years to develop alternate sources to that. Look at us. We're still tied to the Arabs with their oil. Yet we've got billions and billions and billions of metric tons of oil in the United States that we're just kind of not really developing, and that we do develop, we sell to other countries because it's more profitable. But the thing is, Ukraine matters a lot to the United States. What's going on in the Ukraine matters a lot because Ukraine, in my opinion, is just the first step on the ladder. Ukraine, the former Soviet Republic of Georgia, Moldova, and then again Romania. Then was going to happen Bulgaria, Czech Republic, Poland. See what's happening? See what I'm talking about? Just like it happened before. Nowadays, Russia has a lot more technology, much more advanced weaponry, a tremendous communications infrastructure, lots and lots of money. They've got the oil profits. They can cut off anything to those countries they want to because they all get their oil and natural gas from Russia. It's just going to roll and roll and roll. It's going to get worse and worse. And I'm going to tell you this. I've said this before. Russia is not trying to develop another Soviet Union. I think they're trying to make a kingdom. I think we're talking about Tsar Vladimir. And they're laughing in our faces. Obama is showing that America is weak in the face of all this. And I think we're going to pay for it dearly in a lot of ways. I think we're about to lose a lot of allies. And I think that even the EU and NATO, who are already talking crap about the United States for our lack of any kind of response, I think it's going to go very much against us. What's happening in Ukraine matters plenty to the United States. I don't know what to do about it. We have weak leadership in place. All I can hope for is that at some point in time, our current leadership actually becomes leaders, and they do the right thing. But I can't say that that's going to be the truth. So anyway, just giving you maybe some insight that the media is not giving you. What's going on over there is hugely important, and it doesn't deserve to be minimized or swept under the rug. I think what's going on over there is going to make us completely forget about Islam. I really do. I really do. Anyway, have a nice day.